Hello my lovelies, welcome to your Pisces full moon yoga class. My name is Natasha, also known as Nourish Natasha. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. I'm very excited as a Pisces. This is my full moon. This is my most favorite full moon of the year. Yeah, the only thing I will say about this full moon is that when this full moon happens, we will have 6 planets in retrograde. So Mercury goes retrograde the day before this full moon. So this full moon is on the night of the 10th. Mercury goes retrograde the 9th. And on top of that, we have 5 other planets in retrograde. By November, all but 1 planet will be in retrograde. So chaos abound. Technology issues, communication issues, this stuff, you know, it's just a little chaotic. However, I still feel good about this Pisces full moon. Maybe it's because I'm a Pisces, but this full moon, you know, full moons we know are about releasing. They can be a little intense. But this full moon in Pisces, it is going to be a little bit emotional. You know, Pisces is a water sign. You'll be releasing some emotions, but this full moon specifically is about releasing any blockages to your intuition. Any blockages that you feel that are hindering you trusting yourself, that are hindering you following your intuition, trusting your gut. That's what this full moon is all about, releasing those blockages. So I think that's a good thing, especially with all these planets in retrograde. We really want to make sure we have a really tapped in intuition and that we can trust ourselves. One of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite people in the witchcraft community, she wrote the book WTF is Tarot. Her name is Bakara. She has a card actually in one of her oracle decks. It says the enemy of intuition is self-doubt. So when you're doubting yourself, that's when your intuition gets a little funky. We need to tap into that third eye chakra, which is what we're going to be working on today. Tap into that high priestess energy. In tarot, the high priestess, she rules intuition. And just trust ourselves and try to push down that self-doubt or release that self-doubt so we can trust our intuition. So we are going to be working on our third eye chakra today. I do have a labradorite crystal here. I just bought this piece. I don't know if you'll be able to see the flash on it, but if you hold it at a really certain angle, it has this really wild blue flash. But either way, it's here, rather here nor there. But I encourage you to have a crystal for today's practice. It doesn't have to be labradorite, even though I do recommend labradorite for Pisces energy and for moon energy. You can also use moonstone, amethyst, but we're gonna be tapping into the third eye chakra with our crystals. So, but you can have any crystal. It could be clear quartz, it could be like any crystal you have on hand that you wanna charge. I recommend you go grab one. I also recommend you have your props with you. I do recommend blocks specifically for this practice because we will be doing some stuff with the blocks to tap into that third eye. If you don't have blocks, no worries, but I try to make my classes as accessible as possible for everyone. I offer a ton of variations. Everything I say is an option, not an order. So yeah, what else do I have to say? I apologize, these intros get a little long because I just want you to know everything there is to know about this full moon and just be prepared. Pisces in tarot rules the moon tarot card. I know that Cancer rules the moon planetary-wise, but Pisces does rule the moon in tarot. I actually have a big old picture of the moon right here. Those are gonna go up on my wall, which by the way, hi, hello, welcome to my new house. I forgot. This is my new house. This is my apothecary wall behind me, all my stuff for spell work. This is my dining room technically, but this is where we will be from now on. So welcome. Pisces also in the body rules the feet, which my feet are so dirty right now from moving. It's only been 6 days since I've lived here. And I'm packing and running around like a crazy person. Pisces rules the feet and also the pineal gland, which is the gland in our brains that produces melatonin that they actually call the third eye because it is kind of our gland that rules our dreams. Of course, Pisces rules dreams. And the last thing I will have to say about this full moon is embrace delusion. That's what I wrote because as a Pisces, delusion is what, healthy delusion, right? Delusion is what has gotten me to this point in my life, that I was delusional enough to quit my full-time job and start my business myself. I was delusional enough to just go for it and start hosting retreats, to go for it and get this new house. I encourage you to let go and release those blockages from your intuition, from your dreams, from your goals. Release that self-doubt, embrace a little bit of delusion, and go for that thing that you really want. So I've talked enough. We're gonna get started. We're gonna get started in our Savasana. Grab some water because I talk so much. We're gonna get started in our Savasana. Taking your crystal with you, we're gonna lay down on our backs, and I encourage you to use any props that would feel good for you in your body here, to find any Savasana that would feel good. So yes, you can take your full corpse pose, arms and legs extended, or if you'd like, you can bend into the knees. I like to keep my knees bent, knock my knees in together, and just press that low back into the mat. And then we're gonna take our crystal and we're gonna place it on our forehead, right on that third eye. So this is kind of a big crystal, so if it falls off and you hear it clang, I apologize. But we're gonna place it right in our third eye chakra, which is right in the center of our forehead. If you can see my chakra wall hang on the wall behind me, the third eye is the second one down. It's kind of that deep indigo, a blue-purple color. So if you'd like, you're welcome to visualize that color here. Visualize that color radiating from your forehead into that crystal. Just feeling that gentle pressure on your third eye from your crystal. And just coming to your space, coming to the right here, the right now. Now you can have your hands on either side of you, palms facing up to receive, palms facing down for some grounding. I like to just gently place my palms on my belly just to give my belly some love. I encourage you to go wherever feels good. Trust yourself, trust your intuition. The more you listen to your body, the more you're trusting your intuition. So go to that place that feels good and start to bring your awareness to your breath. Just noticing as it goes in and out. Using your breath to bring you to this moment. As you inhale, perhaps feeling the chest expand, the belly expand, taking up space. And as you exhale, a gentle release, gentle relaxation. Deepening and lengthening these inhales and exhales. And starting to go inward here, taking inventory of the mind, the body, the soul, but especially the soul, your dreams, those things that you really want, those things that make you you. Really tapping deep into kind of that core of yourself, that third eye energy, and start to explore if there are any blockages, if there are any constraints, anything that is blocking your intuition of what you want, of what you dream for. Any of that self-doubt, any of those voices that say you can't do that, or that's not possible, or you're not worthy of that. I want you to say no. I want you to release those voices. Just let them go. You can use your breath as a tool of release here, taking big inhales in, and then exhaling out that self-doubt. If you'd like an affirmation for this class, just let it be I release, and you can leave it at that, or you can fill in the blank if there's something specific you'd like to release. I release self-doubt. I release anything blocking my dreams. I release anything blocking my intuition. You can speak it out loud if you'd like. And now just bringing your awareness to that crystal on your forehead, that gentle pressure on the third eye. Maybe visualizing that deep indigo color just radiating out from your third eye into your crystal. Charging this crystal with all the energy of this Pisces full moon and of your third eye and your intuition and a little bit of delusion, some healthy delusion. We'll seal this all with a deep breath. Really big inhale in, filling up chest, filling up belly, taking up space. And open mouth, exhale. Gently bringing your awareness back into your space and back into your body. Inviting some movement in, maybe wiggling the toes or wiggling the fingers. Maybe rolling the wrists or rolling the ankles. And gently, when you're ready, you can reach up and grab that crystal and just place it off to the side. I'm just placing it right next to my mat, so it'll be here while I flow. And now you can extend the legs, extend the arms overhead, and just take a really big morning stretch here. Like you just woke up this morning, really reaching. Taking up space. And then staying here with the arms and legs extended, we're going to take some crescent moon poses. So you can scoot your hips a little bit over to the left, and then your arms and your legs are going to go over to the right. So you're creating this crescent moon shape on your mat, or a banana shape, if you will. You can cross that left ankle over the right if you'd like, and just really breathing into that left side body. That space from your rib cage to your hip. Now inhale, you can release and come through center. Exhale, we'll take it to the other side. So it's maybe scooting those hips over to the right a bit. Arms and legs coming over to the left. Again, if you'd like to cross that right ankle over left, you can. And just again, forming this crescent moon on our mat. Really breathing into that right side body now. And big inhale here. Exhale, you can return to center. Hands can release down by your sides. Now we're going to get into the hips a bit here because we're going to be doing some moon salutations today. So just making sure that our hips are open and ready for those moon salutes. And also, any water sign does tap into that sacral chakra just a bit, just because that's where we kind of hold our emotions, hold our water energy. So keeping the left leg extended, you can bend that right knee in, foot bottom comes to the mat. Option to stay right here. Option to open that knee out to the right. Option to pull that knee into the chest. You can use your hands or a strap here to hold on to that leg. Or option to grab for the bottom of that right foot, finding a half happy baby. Use your intuition. Where do you want to go? What feels good for you and your body? Go there. Wherever you are, just breathing into that right hip. Now you can release that foot if you have it, keeping that knee pulled in. Inhale here. Exhale, draw that knee over to the left, taking a twist here. You can keep that left leg straight, or you can bend it if you'd like. Perhaps arms come out to a T position. Perhaps you gaze over that right shoulder. Just finding this twist, this release. And gently on your next inhale, you can return to center. Exhale, you can release. Now that right leg comes straight. That left knee bends. And again, option to stay here with that foot bottom on the mat. Option to open that knee out to the side. Option to draw that knee into the chest. Or option to grab for the bottom of that left foot. Wherever you are, you're breathing into that left hip. Big inhale here, releasing that foot, but keeping that knee pulled in. Exhale, find that twist over to the right. Again, your right leg can bend or it can stay straight. You can bring arms out to a T position and gaze over that left shoulder. Twists are great for releasing. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, release. Now we'll find a full happy baby here. So we're doing some half happy baby. Now we're going to find it on both sides. So again, options. Knees bent. You can bring the feet bottoms together to touch and open the knees for a Supta Badakanasana. You can place blocks under the knees if you'd like. You can draw that into the chest, keeping the feet bottoms touching, using a strap or your hands. Or you can reach for both of the feet. Again, you can use your strap or your hands here, finding our full happy baby. And doing what feels good here. Maybe you rock from side to side, maybe straighten one leg, straighten the other. And remember, it is called happy baby, so maybe allowing yourself to find a smile here. And gently releasing when you're ready, keeping those knees pulled in. We'll inhale here, exhale, drop over to one side. You can use your bottom arm as a pillow, coming to a fetal pose for just a moment. And then when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a seat, any seat that you find comfortable. And now taking your time, we're going to move into some feet stretches. My tarot card necklace is caught in my hair. All right, so Pisces does rule the feet, so we're gonna tap into this feet energy for a bit. So we are gonna sit on the knees. Now, you can place a block or a pillow underneath your hips if you'd like for some extra support, or underneath your knees if your knees are hurting on the floor. We're not gonna be here for too long, don't worry. So first things first, lift yourself up to stand on your knees for a moment, and I'm gonna tuck my toes. I'm coming to the balls of my feet, heels are lifted, and then I'm gonna sit back on them. This is a great stretch for our plantar fasciitis, but we're getting into those feet tendons. Now this might be really intense, so if you feel like it gets too intense or they cramp up, I want you to release. But we're just gonna breathe here for a moment. Now when you're ready to release, you can lift up and then come to the tops of your feet and then sit back down. Now we're gonna get into the tops of the feet. So what you're gonna do is sitting here. Don't mind my air conditioner kicking on. It's like 115 degrees in Las Vegas. So I'm gonna lean back on my hands and I'm gonna lift my knees. They don't have to lift super high, but we're getting into the tops of the feet and the ankles here. So you don't have to lift those knees very high. Perhaps even just sitting back, you're gonna feel it. We're getting into the tops of those feet. Just breathing here, I know it's intense. And then gently, when you're ready, you can release. I promise that is over. I know getting into the feet, I feel like we forget that we have to stretch out our feet. And then when we do, we're like, oh my God, my feet are so tight. So now you can come to any seat that you feel comfortable. I'm gonna stay seated on my knees just because I like to sit like this. If you wanna sit on your butt, a pillow, a block, bolster, anything, you can sit there. We're just gonna take some breath with a third eye tap. So wherever you're seated, you can bring your hands to either side of you. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, palms come together to touch and just tap the thumbs to your third eye. And then release down to your sides. Two more just like that. Inhale, reach. Exhale, palms touch, tap the third eye. And continue to release down. Last one, inhale, reach. Exhale, palms come together, tap the third eye, and then release down. We're going to also incorporate that when we do some sun salutations. I just wanted you to get the feeling of that breath with the third eye tap. So we're going to come to our tabletop position, moving with intention, setting yourself up. So if you need to place some support under the knees, maybe a pillow or a blanket going there, stacking the shoulder, elbow, wrist, acting hips over knees. We're just going to tap into the spine a bit here and get into a cat-cow. So I'm going to inhale, lift the chin, open the chest, arching the back, sticking that booty out. Exhale to round, doming out shoulders, bringing the chin to the chest. Inhale to open. And exhale to round. Now I encourage you to find your flow here, to do what feels good for your body. Tap into that intuition. Ask yourself what would feel good here. Maybe rocking from side to side, maybe some full body circles. Trust yourself. Let go of that self-doubt. Just do what feels right and good. So moving with your breath to movement. A few more rounds here. Finishing up this last round. And then returning to a neutral spine. We're going to take a child's pose here. So opening the knees as wide as the mat. Sinking the hips back to the heels. Reaching those arms out, dropping the chest, and more importantly, the third eye to the mat. So we're tapping our forehead to the mat. If you have glasses like me, you might need to take them off to do that. But we're resting our forehead on the mat. Feeling that pressure in our third eye. And just releasing those blockages. Anything blocking that third eye, anything blocking your intuition. Let it go here with some deep breaths. Gently on your next inhale, you can rise to your tabletop. On the exhale, we're going to find a downward facing dog. So I'm tucking my toes, lifting those hips up and back. Finding my downward dog, palms pressed really deeply into the mat, pressing my chest through my shoulders, encouraging my heels down, but they do not have to touch, of course. Perhaps keeping the legs wide to honor and make space for belly and thighs. And just finding some movement here again. Tapping into your intuition, what feels good. Maybe you want to pedal the feet. Maybe you want to shake the hips. Maybe you want to shake the head. Gently finding stillness. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. And exhale, we'll travel into a forward fold. So maybe taking some baby steps. Maybe taking a big old step forward. Into your forward fold. Again, feet can stay wide. Doing what feels good here. Perhaps grabbing for opposite elbows. Perhaps swaying from side to side. Gently finding stillness. Hands can come to shins or to your blocks. Press into them. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Take a moment here. All right, my lovelies. We are standing in our Tadasana mountain pose. You can keep your feet hips distance or a little bit wider if that feels good. Hands can come to your sides, palms facing forward, really energetic, active hands here. Now we're gonna flow through some half sun salutes with that third eye tap. So, starting in Archadasana, we're gonna inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, palms come to touch, tap the thumbs to the third eye, and then continue to release and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more just like that. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap the third eye, and then continue to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap the third eye and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment here. Bring your focus to your breath. Big inhale in through the nose, filling up chest, filling up belly, taking up space. Open mouth, exhale. All right, my friends, we are going to do moon salutations. So we just did some sun salutations, but this is the full moon. So we're gonna do some moon salutations. These moon salutations get pretty deep into the hips. I'm gonna cue us through one very slowly, taking our time, really explaining each posture to you. And then we're gonna do another one, linking breath to movement. As always, everything I say is an option, not an order. I encourage you to listen to your body and do what feels good. This is where our blocks are gonna come in. I'm gonna place them right at the top of my mat. So a moon salutation, we're essentially taking a moon cycle around our mat. We're kind of creating this big old circle. So that's the intention here. We're just saluting the moon. I love doing these underneath the full moon. It's like my favorite thing. I have a rooftop deck now, and I'm very excited to do that under this full moon. So we're gonna stand at the center of our mats in our Tadasana mountain pose. We're gonna inhale, reach. Exhale, take a side bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, take a side bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Now you can widen the legs. Feet are pointed out at a 45-degree angle. We're gonna inhale, reach for a star pose. Exhale, bend the knees, sink into a goddess squat. You can find any mudra you'd like with the hands. Inhale, reach. Exhale, I'm gonna set myself up for my triangle pose. So I'm turning my right foot to face the short edge of my mat. My back foot is parallel with the short edge of my mat. Arms extend. Inhale, shifting my torso forward. Exhale, finding my triangle pose. Now this is where a block can come in. You can place it under that right hand. Triangle pose, our legs are straight. However, you can always keep a micro bend in the knees. Breathing here in your triangle. Now taking a big inhale here. Exhale, turn down to face your mat. You grab that other block, square your foot with your block, so one hand on either side of that right foot, and then you're gonna turn your back foot to face the same direction as that front one. Maybe shorten your stance a little. This is our pyramid pose. So lift your chin and your chest here. Breathing into your hamstrings. Again, you can always keep a micro bend in those knees. Taking a big inhale here. Exhale, stepping that back foot into a deeper lunge. So I'm stepping my back foot back, bending my right knee over my ankle. Hands stay on the blocks on either side of that right foot. Chin is lifted, chest is lifted. Breathing here. Big inhale here. Exhale, bringing both hands to the inside of that right foot. And I'm turning to face the long edge of my mat into a side lunge. So option here to stay lifted on the blocks, hands on blocks, bending into that right knee, knees over ankle. You can stay right here. Option to take that really deep side lunge, lowering down. You can keep the hands on blocks, or you can bring the hands to the heart, pointer flex that left foot. Breathing here. Inhaling here. Exhale, coming to a center squat. So again, options. I can stay lifted with my hands on the blocks, bending into my knees over ankles. Option 2, bringing those feet in a little bit closer, pointing out my toes at a 45-degree angle, coming to sit on a block. Option 3 is taking that Malasana squat right at the center. So my hands can come to prayer, or they can stay on your blocks, pressing the knees into the thighs. This is my Malasana squat. This would be our full moon posture. This is the center point of our moon salutation. So taking a moment to breathe here. Now we inhale here, and we're going to do the same pose as we just did on the right, on the left, but going in the opposite direction until we come back to the top. So inhale here. Exhale, find your side lunge on the left. Again, option to stay lifted, bending into that left knee, or option to drop into that deep squat, side lunge. Breathing here. Inhale here, exhale, turning to face the back of your mat in a runner's lunge. So bending into that left knee on the ball of the back foot, chin is lifted, chest is lifted, both hands, one's on either side of your foot. Inhale here, exhale, step that back foot forward into your pyramid pose. So straightening the legs, hips are square down to the mat, chin is lifted, chest is lifted. Now inhale, we rise up. Exhale, set up for your triangle pose. So I'm widening my stance a little bit. Back foot comes parallel with the short edge. Front foot still faces forward, or back rather in this case. Legs are straight, arms come out. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, finding my triangle. Now inhale, use the core to rise, and exhale, release to the center of your mat. You can shake it out if you'd like. That is our moon salutation, lovelies. So we're going to do one more round around our mat, except we're gonna go a little bit faster. We're gonna link breath to movement. So you can take it slow if you'd like. I'm gonna cue it breath to movement. Listen to your body, do what feels good for you. Take any variations you need, use any props that you need. Grab some water. All right. Starting at the center of our mat in Archadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reaching those arms up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, widening the stance. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess squat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, setting ourselves up for my triangle. So pointing those toes to the short edge of the mat. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, finding that triangle. Inhale here. Exhale, turn down to the mat. Find your pyramid pose. Inhale here. Exhale, stepping back into that deep lunge. Inhale here, exhale, bringing both hands to the inside, finding a side lunge. Inhale here, exhale, finding that Malasana squat, our center pose, our full moon pose. Taking a moment here. Inhale here, exhale, side lunge to the left. Inhale here, exhale, turning to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. Inhale here, exhale, stepping forward into your pyramid. Inhale, use the core to rise. Exhale, set yourself up for your triangle. Arms come out. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, find that triangle, excuse me. Inhale, use the core to rise. And exhale, release, shake it out. How'd that feel? Was it a little bit something different maybe? I prefer moon salutations to sun salutations, but that's just me. We're gonna come to the center of our mat. I'm just putting my blocks there to set myself up for what's coming next. I'm going to open my feet wide. We're just gonna take a wide-legged fold over our legs. A little bit of a release here. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, folding. You can do anything that feels good for you here. Don't mind my super squeaky mat. You can bend into one knee, bend into the other. You can shake it out. If you like to take inversions here, you're welcome to. Just again, trusting your intuition, doing what feels right for you and your body. Now gently return to center. And what we're going to do is come down to our mat. So you can place your hands on your mat or onto your blocks. Press your palms down. And then gently, you can bend into one knee, bend into the other, and come down to a seat. All right, we're going to do some seated folds here, tapping into our third eye. So I'm going to sit on my butt. First is a Badakanasana, bound angle pose. I'm bringing my feet bottoms together to touch, opening up my knees. I'm gonna place a block right in front of my feet, or maybe 2 blocks. I'm gonna inhale here. Exhale, I'm gonna fold forward, and I'm gonna try to tap my forehead to my block. And if you're like, Natasha, I don't bend that way, I want you to take your crystal and hold it to your third eye. I just want some pressure on that third eye, wherever you are. Breathing here into those hips. Gently inhale to rise. Exhale, release. We're going to take a wide-legged fold now. So I'm bringing my feet wide. They don't have to go super wide, just as wide as what feels good. Same thing. I'm going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Try to tap my forehead to my blocks. Again, you can use your crystal here. You can use 1 block or 2. Just a little bit of pressure on that third eye. And gently inhale to rise and exhale, release. We get those blocks off to the side. We're gonna come to our backs, moving slowly with intention. You can release to your back, finding your Savasana. We're not gonna take Savasana just yet, but I just want you to take space on your mat. We're gonna finish with some twist here. So bringing our arms out to a T position, drawing the knees into the chest. Inhaling here. Exhale, you can drop those knees over to the right. Perhaps gaze over your left shoulder and allow yourself a release here. Releasing anything that is blocking your intuition, anything that is blocking your dreams. Releasing it here. Inhale, gently come through center. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Perhaps gaze over the right shoulder. Same thing here, just breathe and release. Inhale, return to center, and exhale, release. Now, option to take any final pose here you need for your practice. I'm going to take a happy baby just to get into those hips a bit more. You can go anywhere you would like. Again, use your intuition. What is your intuition asking for? What is your body asking for? Trust yourself. You know what's best for you. If you're in your happy baby again, maybe allow a smile to cross your lips. Or anywhere. Just give yourself a little smile. And when you're ready to find your final Savasana, you can go there. Any Savasana you'd like. You can just take your full corpse pose on the mat. You can take a Supta Badakanasana, so feet bottoms to touch, opening the knees. You can do legs up the wall. Anything that feels right for you. And I want you to grab that crystal and place it right back on your third eye. And once it's there, you can close your eyes if that feels good. We're going to spend a few breaths here. You can visualize that indigo color in your third eye, or just allow yourself to dream here. Dream big. Tap into some delusional energy, that Pisces energy. I'll let you know when it's time to come back. You can gently bring your awareness back into your space and back into your body. Maybe wiggle the toes or wiggle the fingers. Maybe roll out the wrists or roll out the ankles. You can reach up and grab that crystal. Just keep it in one hand. And then when you're ready, draw the knees into the chest. You can give yourself one final squeeze here, or rock from side to side, or do anything that feels good. And then dropping over to one side, using the bottom arm as a pillow, finding your fetal pose just for a moment. When you're ready, gently pressing yourself up to a seat. Any seat that you find comfortable, keeping that crystal with you. Hands can come to either side of you, feeling the mat beneath your fingertips. Inhale, reaching those arms up, taking in all this wonderful energy we just created. Exhale, bring them back down, one last release. Inhale, arms come up. Drawing the palms together and bringing that crystal and your hands to your third eye. The light and love and intuition in me honors the light and love and intuition in each of you. We bow to our practice. Thank you. I hope you lovelies have a wonderful Pisces full moon. You can take this crystal, you can put it under the moon if you'd like to charge it even more. You can put it under your pillow to inspire some good dreams. You can keep it with you. You can do anything you want with it, but it is nice and charged now with that Pisces full moon energy. I have a tarot reading for this Pisces full moon as well. If you're not in my membership, we're doing a 30-day yoga challenge in September, so you get a class a day for every single day of September. There's also another yoga challenge from March. So for only $9.99 a month, you can get almost 60 classes that are exclusive to my membership, live tarot readings, live yoga classes. They're on a bit of a pause because I'm trying to get settled with my move. However, they will resume very shortly. Live new moon and full moon workshops. We have a Discord community. That's all my membership. Here on YouTube, all I have to do is click that join button. I have courses. I'll be announcing some retreats soon. I will be announcing my group coaching program, Nourish Your Life, is coming back, so keep an eye out for that if you would like kind of an online coven, online community, online retreat. I think that's all I got, friends. So have a wonderful Pisces full moon, and I will see you next time.